Hello, everybody. It's Thursday, 28th of April. I hope you're all well. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to do some shoulder mobility early in class. So if you have a scarf, a bottle, or even a block, we're going to use it just for mobility, okay? So have it on hand and just place it to the side, a place where you can grab it easily. So you can start either seated or standing, or you could be in a chair. And we're simply going to do the head movements to begin with. Taking a deep breath in, lift your chin, look skyward. And as you breathe out, lower the chin, let your chin come down to your chest. And again, we'll breathe in, looking skyward, and we'll breathe out, look down, chin to the chest. That's it. And again, breathing in, looking skyward. Breathing out, chin to the chest. Let's do that one more time. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring your head back to neutral, and we'll turn the head from side to side. So as you turn, be sure your shoulders stay stable. Bring your head back to neutral, and again, turn back to neutral. So we do about 5 of these head turns in each direction. And just notice as you turn your head, the effect it has on your neck. Keeping the neck mobile can be super important, especially after working and also with our postures, the way that they are these days. We need to keep the head and neck mobile. All right, let's bring our head back to neutral and bring the chin down to the chest. We'll do half circles. Let your head roll to the right. When you stop at the right shoulder, then we change, go to the left. Stop at the left shoulder and change, go to the right. Take your time with this. Notice how you're feeling. If you hear some noise, that's actually normal. We, of course, can hear the joints interacting with each other. However, if there's noise and pain, that's where you need to absolutely stop. We do not want to go into any pain. One more time, one more head roll. And then bring your head back down to center and lift the head. Okay, let's roll the shoulders, which means just doing a circle with the shoulders. You bring your shoulders forward, up to the ears, and back. Forward, up and back. And I just want to mention this sort of circular movement with the shoulders is something to do throughout your day. I actually start my day sitting at the edge of my bed, rolling the shoulders, because this helps to release the trapezius muscles. And I heard from a physio that it helps to mobilize the tissues that are around those top 2 vertebrae, thoracic vertebra, which is D1 and D2. So mobilizing all of the tissue around that helps to prevent it from stagnating and getting a lot of pressure in the trapezius. Okay, now raise your arms in front of you, palms facing each other. As we breathe in, we're going to open our arms, palms face the sky and thumbs point back. And then breathe out, we'll turn the backs of the palms, the backs of the hands towards each other. Then we turn again, breathing in, opening. That's it, good, breathing out. So here's our breathing exercise. And we're getting the shoulders into it. Breathing in, breathing out. See if you can slow it down. Breathe in, 3, 2, 1, breathe out, 3, 2, one more time, breathing in, 3, 2, 1, good, breathing out, 3, 2, 1, good. Bring your arms down, and once again, do those circles with the shoulders. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to either grab the block, or you grab the scarf or a bottle, whichever works for you. Okay, and Lisa, as you've just come along, you could use a block, you could use a book, you could use a scarf or something, whatever you have on hand. and I'll show the exercise that we're going to do. I'm going to turn my back. First exercise is you'll place it in your right hand and you'll bring it behind your head. Whatever you're using, go slowly, grab, and then open your arms, and this time bring it behind your low back. You'll need to turn your hands and grab it with your right hand. So we'll do 5 on one side. Behind the head, behind the low back. 4 more. Let your arms move freely. 3. If you're finding it difficult, maybe you want to switch the object. 2. And 1 more time. Good. Bring your arms down, and once again, you'll do those circles with the shoulders, just releasing. These types of mobility exercises can be extremely good and healthy for the capsule of your shoulders. Okay, we change sides. In your left hand now. We'll bring it behind the head first, and then down behind the low back. 4 more. 3. 2. And 1. Arms come down, roll your shoulders. Remember, if there's any pain going on, you don't have to keep going. You can stop before 5. Here's the second exercise for the mobility. You place the object in your right hand. You'll go over the head and you'll grab it with your left hand. Then switch over with the left hand. Grab with the right and switch. Go slowly and switch. Having trouble finding it. There we go. Yeah. And switch. One more time each side. Switch. And switch. Okay. Place the object to the side now. Last time to roll your shoulders, nice big circles. And just as a final little stretch, bring your hands behind your low back. Stretch your arms as straight as possible. Lift the chest, lift your head. Here we have a little bit of an external rotation of the arms. And lift your chest and breathe deeply. This is another exercise to do throughout your day, especially if you're working at a desk, especially if you're working in front of a computer. This is going to be very important for your posture, as well as the health of the shoulders. Okay, if you're seated, release, roll over your ankles, come up onto all fours. If you're standing, we'll move down onto all fours by opening our feet. Hands will come down, walk them forward, and bring your knees down one at a time. Hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and let's do cat and cow. Curl the spine, look skyward, and breathe out and round your spine, look to your belly button. And again, let's curl, looking skyward, and breathe out and round. So we're just warming up the back, warming up the spine. And even midday, this should feel really good. One more time. Coming back to a flat back. Open your knees and sink back onto your heels. Reach your hands far out in front of you and let your forehead come down towards the floor. Take a few deep breaths here. This is child's pose. Just relaxing and letting go. Lift your head looking forward. Come up now onto your hands and knees. Keep your hands out in front of you. So the hands are farther forward than the shoulders. Bring your knees in. This gives a nice opportunity for the back to really engage and contract when we get into the bowstring position. So allow your belly to stretch, allow your back to curve, and hold that. When you get into this position, you don't need to overdo where you get into any pain. You should just feel a little slight contraction through the back. And by the way, everyone will have a different curve. That's normal. Some will have more, some will have less. Here we go. Let's bounce back and forth. And this tends to engage the back body. And it gets the back fascia down the back side of the body to respond to movement. You start getting a slide and glide effect, which makes your practice and your yoga practice much more effective. Keep your hips back now, and we're going to reach our right arm far out in front of us, as far as possible. Bring your fingertips onto the floor like you're spidering your hands, and see if you can do a little bounce again. So you're getting that slide and glide down the right-hand side of the body. Okay. Releasing here, I want you to bring your right hand just down at the floor underneath your face. And then raise the right elbow to the sky. And then we'll thread the needle, bringing the hand underneath, twist. We'll do that again. Come up, elbow comes up to the sky, and then twist. Good. 3 more times. Bring the elbow up, feel the back engaging, and twist, threading the needle. Once more. Lift the elbow up, turn, thread the needle. Good. Come back, hands a little bit farther out in front of you than your shoulders. Let your back curve and begin bouncing back and forth again. This type of bouncing is something that we did, all of us, as little children before we start crawling or standing or walking. Left hand out in front, fingertips down like a little spider, and see if you can bounce again. And this gets that slide and glide effect into the shoulder, into the side of the body. Okay, bring the left hand down underneath your face. And here we go. We're going to lift the left elbow and twist to our left as far as possible. And then slide the left arm underneath you to thread the needle. And we'll do that again. Back up, lifting, and twisting. Take your time with this. Breathing in, lift the elbow. Yes, twist open and twisting close. One more time. Breathing in and threading the needle. Breathe out. Coming back, set your hands down. So hands are still farther in front than your shoulders. Tuck your toes under and rise to a crouching cat position. Toes and pads of the feet are on the floor. Hips lifting, knees bent. Let's bounce back and forth. Back and forth. Keep your head lifted, looking either between your hands or just in front. Now, turn both knees and both feet to the right, and you'll just bounce back. So like your hips will go over your heels. 5, 4, feel the stretch down the right-hand side of the body. 2, 1, change. Toes and knees point to the left and bounce back and forth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn it forward. Open your feet as wide as your mat and walk your hands back. Fingertips on the floor, hips pushing back. Let's bounce here in a deep open squat, getting those muscles, those big power muscles, stronger and prepared. 3, 2, 1. Set both hands onto your thighs, lifting the chest. Bring your right shoulder forward. Look over your left shoulder behind you. Come back to center and change. Left shoulder forward. Back to center and change. Right shoulder. Back to center. Left shoulder. One more time each side. Right shoulder forward. Back to center. Here's the left. Back to center. Now lift the chest. Keep your knees bent in that half squat. Raise the arms in front of you. You can stretch your fingers or curl your hands. And we'll bounce down. 5, 4, get into a deeper squat. 3, hips way back. 2, here's the last one. Come all the way up to standing. Good. Step your feet in and step to the front edge of your mat. Moving into the cardio section of our practice. First, get yourself into the perfect posture. Knees soft, hips are slightly back, chest lifted, ribs lifted. Open your shoulders, eyes at the horizon. Let's go with the hands at the heart center to start. And let's move. Deep breath in, rise. As you fold, elbows can come to knees, and you'll step back to a plank position. Lift your heads, ladies, and hold it. 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees. Now I want to add in a push-up. So we're going to gently bend our elbows towards our waist. Bring your chest down and then push it back up. Good. Move all the way down to the floor. Pointing your toes, lengthen your legs out and rise to a little cobra. Bring your chest back down. Push up onto your hands and knees. Tucking your toes under, let's rise either to down dog or crouching cat. Raise your right leg up, push it up to the sky, then bring it out to your right and feel like your knees going towards your shoulder. Then push it back up to the sky behind you and swing your right foot forward. Step the rest of the way forward. Bend your knees, hands to thighs, lift to a chair, arms by your ears, and bounce it here. 3, that's it. 2, one more. All the way up to standing, arms stretched by your sides. Hands to heart center, same thing. Deep breath in. Fold it, elbows come to knees, and step back to the plank. Lift your head here, hold it. 3, 2, 1. Knees come down, do 1 push-up. So it's a triceps push-up. Elbows come to the waist and push back up. Move all the way down. Pointing your toes, lengthen out, rise to a cobra. Push back to down dog or crouching cat. Left leg lifts, the knee is bent. Push it up to the sky. Then bring the left knee around towards your left shoulder. Back up to the sky and swing it forward. Stepping all the way forward, knees bent, hands to thighs. Lift your chest. Raise your arms, press it here. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing. Perfect posture here. We're going to move faster now. Hands to heart center. Let's go. Deep breath in. Fold it forward. Stepping back to plank. In your plank, open your right foot, then your left. Bring it back, right foot and left. Knees come down, 1 push-up. All the way down. Point your toes, rise to cobra, down dog or crouching cat. Raise your right leg, lift it, bring it to the right shoulder. Back up behind, swinging forward. Step to your front edge, knees bend to chair, bounce it. 3, 2, 1. Perfect posture. Hands to your heart center. Keep going, ladies. Deep breath in. Fold it forward. Elbows come down. Yes, good. Stepping back to a plank. Step your left foot out now, then the right. Bring the left foot in. Yes, then the right. Good. Bring your knees down. Do that 1 push-up. Good. You don't have to go all the way down. Go as far as possible. All the way now. Point your toes, cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Excellent. Left leg rises up to the sky. Bring it out towards the left shoulder. Yes. Bring it up back behind you. Swinging forward. Looking good, ladies. Hands to thighs, coming up into the chair. And bounce it here. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing. We're going to keep going and we're going to add on. Stay with me. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Fold it forward. Into the plank. Open your right foot. Your left foot. Bring it back in. Right foot. Left foot. Bring the knees down. 1 push up. All the way down. Cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Right leg goes up behind you. Out to the right. Back up behind you. Swing it halfway up the mat. Walk your hands back. Hands to the front thigh. And lift. So it's a short lunge. The knee goes downwards towards the floor. So here we go. Raise your arms as you lunge down. Bring them to your heart center as you rise back up. 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, stay strong. 1 more. Now hands to heart center, push off your left foot, step it forward, step the right one forward, and stretch your arms by your sides. Good. Hands to heart center, same thing. Deep breath in. Fold it. Stepping back to your plank. Step your left foot out. Right foot out. Left foot in. Right foot in. Knees come down. 1 push up. All the way down. Point your toes into cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Left foot comes up. Out to your left shoulder. Back up. Swing it halfway up the mat. Walk your hands back, hands to the front side, rise, and here we go, sinking down in a lunge, 5 times, hands to heart center, 4, 3, working those glutes, 2, as well as the quads, 1, hands to heart center now, push off your right foot, coming to the front edge of the mat, arms stretched by your sides, good. Let's go again. 2 more rounds. Deep breath in. Fold it. Stepping back to the plank. Right foot out first, then the left. Right foot in, left. Knees come down. 1 push up. All the way down. Cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Right leg comes up. To the right shoulder. Back up. Swing it halfway up the mat. Walk your hands back, front thigh. Sinking down, raise the arms. 5, 4, 3, good. 2, keep going. 1, hands to heart center, push off, step to the front edge of the mat. Stretch your arms by your sides first. Hands to heart center again, rise up. Last round, ladies, fold. Stepping back to the plank. Let's have a look. Good. Step your left foot out. Then your right. Left foot in. Then right. 1 push up. Last one of the day. Woo, good. You did it. All the way down. Point your toes into cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Beautiful. Left leg goes up behind you. Then to the left shoulder. Yes. Then up behind you again. Yes. Swing it forward halfway up the mat. Lift yourself up into the lunge position, and let's go, sinking down 5 times. Stay with it. 4, lift your chest. 3, work that front leg. 2, and 1. Step everything forward, stretch your arms by your sides, and take a couple of deep breaths here. You did it, ladies. Very good. Whew. Okay. Hands to your hips. We're going to step our right leg back halfway back behind you. Okay? So we don't want to take a full long step back anymore. This creates instability in the hip. You want a halfway to create stability in the hip. Turn your right foot out to the right. Your left foot faces forward. Sink your hips down into a deep squat. Okay, so the hips go down and back. Left elbow goes to the left thigh, and you'll raise your right arm to the sky. Hold it here. If it's too much, you can bring your hand next to your head. If you can reach and hold, we're going to pulse with our legs, sinking down 5. Little pulses. 4. A little bit of a challenge. 3. The hips go back. 2 and 1. Bring your right hand to your right hip and stretch your left leg. Bring your left hand down onto the ankle. Let your chest come forward. If you allow curve in your back, you're going to feel the stretch down the back of the leg. Hold it here, looking down for the moment. If you want to take it deeper, you can turn your shoulders and your head to look skyward. And to go even farther, wrap your right arm around your low back. See if you can touch your left thigh. Take some deep breaths. 3, 2, 1. Looking down to the floor. Bend the left knee, the front knee. Set your fingertips down onto the floor in front of you. So we're going to take it farther than we did on Monday, okay? Knees bent, fingertips down. Take a deep breath in and raise your back leg. It's your right leg. Bend the knee and push it skyward for 10, 9, really working through the glute. 8, 7, like you're going to push the ceiling up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot down. Feet are separated. Elbows between the knees. Clasp your hands together. Now, like you're a downhill skier, but you actually are trying to do a shoes. So you're very far down with your hips. Lift your chest. Hold it here and breathe into the chest and upper back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up to standing to release. Good job, ladies. Nice. Hands to hips. Step your left foot back, halfway back. Turn your left foot out to the side. Right foot stays pointing forward, and we sink our hips back and down. So it's an open squat, okay? The hips go right back. Right elbow to the right side. Turn your chest and raise your left arm. Look up to the sky. Good. See if you can twist and open the chest. Really working through the core here. Good. Keep breathing. Pull the chest away from the hips. 3, 2, beautiful. 1. Bring that left hand down to the left hip and begin straightening your right leg, right hand to the ankle. Pull the chest forward, away from the hips again. Looking down for the moment. Just get into the feel of the stretch down the back of the leg. Breathing deeply. We just kind of accept what's going on. Then if you'd like to go farther, turn your head to the sky, turn the chest to the left, and wrap the left arm around the low back. See if you can set the hand on the right thigh. And hold. Notice what this is doing down the back of the front leg. Breathe into it and just let it lengthen. See if you can soften all the tissues in your body. Good. Look back down to the floor. Bend your front knee and release your arms, setting the fingertips down in front of you. So the front knee is nicely bent. The heel is down as well. Take a deep breath in and raise your left leg. Bend the knee. Push the ceiling. Let's go. 10, 9. Super work for the glute. 8, 7. Standing leg is working as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot back down. Separate your feet. Get into that squat again. This time, set your hands onto your thighs. Lift your chest a little bit more. Hips way down and back. And now stretch your arms behind you. Yes. Lift the pinky fingers as high as possible. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Pull the heart forward, tailbone back. And we hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up to standing. Woo, good. Hands to hips now. Bend your right knee, bring it out to the side. Let's go for our tree pose. Ankle, you can be higher than the kneecap or at the inner thigh. Raise your arms into a V, lift the chest, lift your eyes. Breathe deeply and slowly. That's great, ladies. One more deep breath in. Hands to hips. Lower the foot down. All right. We change. Left knee out to the side. You're at the ankle, maybe a little bit higher than the kneecap or the inner thigh. Raise the arms in a V. Lifting the chest, lengthen your belly. Set your gaze at one point and just allow your body to calm itself down. Excellent. Hands to hips and lower the foot. Beautiful. Come back to the front edge of your mat. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Let's rise. And we fold. Elbows come to knees. Set your hands down and step back to your plank position. So we're going to do a few different planks today. I want you to lift your chin. This is the full plank position. You can come down on your elbows if it's too much, or you could also lower your knees. Flatten the belly out and hold here. 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees down, sink into a child's pose just for a quick rest, and then let's pop back up. This time, bring your right knee down, turn, lifting your left arm for side plank. Now, if you find that this is easy and you want to go farther, just step your left foot a little bit farther forward and straighten your right leg underneath. If you find it's too difficult, bring the right knee back down. Keep the hips lifted, look up to the sky, and we hold. 5, keep the hips lifted. 4, flatten out the belly. 3, good ladies, hold it. 2, 1. Bring the right knee back down. Bring your hands back down. Coming into child's pose, a quick rest. Whew. And then back up again. Let's go. You can have the left knee down, stretch your right leg, and turn to your right. If it's easy, step your right foot forward a little bit and stretch your left leg straight. Keep the hips lifted, look up to the sky. Feel that contraction down the side of the body. Holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee back down, bring the hand back down, and into child's pose. Good job, ladies. Woo. Okay. Let's move back up onto our hands and knees. Walk your knees back and move yourself down onto your belly. Hands under the forehead to relax, and you can move your hips from side to side if you wish. Lift your head, stretch your right arm out in front of you. You want to have the palm facing inward so your thumb is pointing up. Left hand can stay underneath the head. Raise the right arm and the left leg. This is old school yoga postures. We hold and breathe. Hand comes back down under the head, lower the leg. And you can move your hips from side to side. This helps to release a little bit tension. And helps to reset the muscles to do the other side. Let's go. Left arm, thumb pointing up. Raise your left arm and your right leg. Bring the hand back down, bring the leg back down. Good. Move your hips from side to side. Now bring your arms out to the sides into a cactus position, palms facing the floor. Raise the head, chest, shoulders, and arms, and both legs. Squeeze your glutes really tightly to release a bit the low back. Lift up through the chest and lengthen your spine. Keep breathing here. 3, 2, and 1. Come on back down. Moving the hips again from side to side. Good job. Okay, last position on our tummies. We're going to reach our arms. So we've worked the shoulders in a 3-dimensional way. We bring our arms behind us, pinky fingers pointing up, thumbs pointing down. Lift the head, chest, shoulders, and arms, and raise the legs. Let's go. Deep breaths here. Last posture for the back. 3, 2, and 1. Hands come under the shoulders. Push up onto the hands and knees. Bring your knees forward a bit and let your hips move from side to side. Okay, I'd like to get into a deep twist now. We're going to bring our knees to the right-hand side of the mat and sink down so you sit on your left hip. The feet are behind you. We'll bring one elbow down at a time, and you have your chest turned forward, okay? Now you could stay here. Maybe this is enough, and you already feel a deep twist in through the waist. If you'd like to go farther, take your right arm and slide it underneath the chest, and see how low you can get. Bring your right shoulder down, bring your head down, and take some deep breaths. You can feel the deep, deep twist going up into the upper back as well. Deep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Unwind slowly. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Push up, lifting the hips. And walk your knees now to the left-hand side of your mat. And you sink your right hip down to the mat. Legs can be stacked, one on top of the other. Lower your right elbow and your left, and you've got a deep twist going on already here. You could stay here, depending on how you feel in your mid-back and in your belly. If you would like to take it farther, we've got the left arm sliding underneath the chest, and you can bring your left shoulder as close as possible to the floor, and you'll feel the twist goes deep, deep into the back. And you hold and breathe. Unwinding slowly. This time, instead of coming back up onto your knees, I want you to lie down completely onto your right-hand side and then just gently roll onto your back. Good. Walk your feet away from you. Heels press downwards into the floor. Toes point up to the sky. The knees stay bent, but they're not very bent. They should be a much wider angle at the backs of the knees. Arms down, lift the hips. The hips don't lift very much, maybe just a couple centimeters. Pull your heels towards you and you feel the contraction down the backs of the legs. Very strong hamstring contraction, and you hold. Take deep breaths. Good. Bring the hips down. Walk your feet in, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Press your feet against each other Keeping the knees wide, lift the hips up. This is frog bridge. And you should feel an opening and a squeezing at the glutes, as well as the inner thighs getting stretched out. Now we press a little higher with each one. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep pressing. 3, 2, 1. Bring the hips back down. Lift your knees now. Separate your feet hip width, knees hip width. We can lift our hips up, not very high, and we're going to squeeze our knees together. You feel the inner thighs working, as well as the perineum squeezing tight. And I want you to feel like the perineum is like an elevator. You're closing the doors of the elevator, and the elevator is rising. Okay, so we close and we raise the perineum. Open the legs. So now with the breath, we breathe out and close and lift. Breathe in and open. So it's slow. Breathe out, close and lift. Breathe in and open. Again. Breathing out, close and lift. Breathing in. Again. Breathe out, close and lift. Breathing in 2 more times. Breathe out, close and lift. Last one. Breathe out, close and lift. Open the knees, lower the hips down. This one can be very strong. Let's take a little break. Lift your knees up to your shoulders and rock from side to side, just to relax and let go. Let the low back release. Bring your feet back down, elbows into the floor, open the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades, lift your hips up, and we've got half bridge pose. Feel like your neck and throat are opening and lengthening. Staying here. Allow your face just to soften. One more deep breath in. Raising your arms over your head, reach behind you and lower the back 1 vertebra at a time. Very, very slowly. And once the back is all the way down on the floor, stretch your legs 1 at a time onto the floor. And take some deep breaths here, just allowing the body. You're kind of in a star position. You allow the body to relax in this star position. Lift your right knee to your chest and grab around the leg. Make a big circle with the right foot. Change the direction of the circle. Keep your left leg down, point the toes of the left leg so you get a stretch into the psoas-iliac muscle. And let's stretch the right leg to the sky. Here, as much as possible, keep a curve at your low back, okay? So you should be able to fit your fingers underneath. If you press your low back down to the floor, that gets pulling into the low back, and as well, it puts some stress on the vertebra of the low back. You want to keep a little curve there. Flex your foot, and you should feel a good stretch down the back of the leg. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and let's pull the knees into the chest. Taking some deep breaths, let's hold. And then uncross the legs. And again, squeeze the knees in towards the shoulders. Rock a bit from side to side. Good. That's right. Keep your left knee up to your chest. Stretch your right leg onto the floor. Point the toes, so you also get a stretch in here a little bit of the quadriceps and a little bit of the hip flexor. Make a big circle with the left foot, keeping a bit of curve in your low back, please. Change the direction. Flexing your foot, stretch your leg to the sky. Pull the leg towards you, keeping that curve in the low back so you really get into the back of the leg and stretch in the back of the leg. Let's rebend the knee and cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Grab behind the right leg, pull the knees into the chest, and you've got that stretch into the hip as well. And let's breathe deeply. Good. Uncrossing. Grab around the legs, rock again from side to side. Very nice, ladies. Now, keeping the knees up towards the chest and shoulders, lift your head, nose between the knees, and hold it here. Bring your head back down. Set your feet to the floor. Stretch your arms up towards the sky, and we'll make a big circle with the arms. So you'll feel that your shoulder blades and your shoulders move and get mobile. Change the direction of the circle. Bring your arms by your sides, palms facing the sky. Stretching one leg at a time onto your mat. Allow your toes to roll out to the sides. And begin taking deep, slow breaths. Getting yourself into a comfortable position for a relaxation exercise. And begin by simply paying attention to your breath. Imagine the breath moving in and out smoothly, easily in and out of the body. Now imagine that your feet and your legs begin breathing with you. Imagine your hands and your arms begin breathing with you. From your hips to your shoulders, everything breathes. Front of the body, back of the body. The neck and the throat. Imagine that your jaw, cheeks, nose, and forehead, even the eyes, all breathing along with you. Now the head, around the ears, scalp, and even the brain. Breathing. Imagine now the room around you breathing. The air expanding and contracting. And outside the room you're in, the house or the building. Everything outside you breathing. And even the whole earth breathing with an expansion and a contraction. Bring your awareness back to your position on your mat. And begin moving your fingers and your toes. Moving your hands and your feet. Gently raise your arms over your head and stretch from fingers to toes. And lifting your knees up to your chest, rock a bit from side to side. Roll all the way to your right-hand side. Set your hands down in front of you, push up from the side, coming to a seated position. Good. Nice. And let's rub our hands together. Bringing your hands over your face, gently tapping around the eyes, shaking out. Let's do that one more time. Hands at your heart center. Have a lovely afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining. Namaste. Good job. Oops, I'm just going to stop the recording. Up, up, up.